Yo, YouTube, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Before we get into today's video, if you guys could just drop a like on the video, greatly appreciate it. Greatly helps out the channel. Today, we got another DB replay for you guys. So right here, 700 rating, 673 rating. I'm going first. I got Super Poly, Merly, Planet, Retribution, which I recently just added. I'll explain that in the deck profile. If you guys want the deck profile, 10 likes on the video. And then double Merly. So and then he has Kelbeck, Instant Fusion, Shiren, Peldo, and then Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave, I thought about re-putting that into my main deck because could be interesting, but I don't know. I have some theories about this deck, bro. Like, I don't know if I even want to play the Ishizu cards because if you play the Ishizu cards, it's really not a lot of room for any other cards. Like, you really max out on Ishizus and the Herald of Orange Light, and then you basically max out on all the tier names. So I can go over that in more detail when I do the deck profile. But here he has Kelbeck as his only hand trap. So Kelbeck says if a card is sent from the hand or deck to your opponent's graveyard, except during the damage step, you can target one special summon monster your opponent controls, special summon this card from your hand, then return that monster to the hand. So it's a bounce back to the hand. It's basically a compulse and a body, basically. So we'll just go ahead and fast forward here. Or let's just hit play. And then we'll go with the next play. So I hit him with the sup, bro. I always hit all the homies with the sup, bro, on DB. We go ahead and activate planet, search for Rhino, normal summon Rhino, dump Havness. So we have used Havness this turn. Put back for our Kit Kalos. So honestly, I don't know. Can he even use Kelbeck? The best way to use Kelbeck would be to bounce the Kit Kalos, but at this point, Kit Kalos is already it's already gone, brother. It's already gone. So now he can Kelbeck, but it's like, you know, at this point, like just getting rid of the Merly is not it's probably not the best, right? So I guess Kelbeck he just didn't even. So we go Rhino 1, Merly 2, Sorneer 3, and then 4 Scream, and then he kept doing the shuffle, bro. This kind of it gets on my nerves a little bit, bro. I just went Chain Link 4, bro. Let me think for half a second, fam. Let me think for half a second. So we go ahead and dump Regained. And then we added the Solik to hand, and then we fuse with the Merly and the Kit Kalos to bring out Ru Kalos. So now if he wanted to Kelbeck, I could negate that and then send the Merly, which because that's the Merly's the only one we haven't used yet to fuse. Oh no, we have used the Merly to fuse. We haven't used the Sheeran. So Sheeran's the only one we haven't used. And then we send the Solik off of the Rhino Heart here, and then Solik will get us a search. So we go ahead and search out another Shiren. So now we've used Merly Shiren, so we're going to go Shiren, pitch Shiren, and then we've used all of our fusion names at this point. So we mill 3, then we hit just Shiren, I'm pretty sure, just Shiren, yep. And then we go next play, fuse into, we go into Garura here, and then Garura link 2 into Sprite Elf right here. And then Garura draws us into a Havness, which is perfect for next turn. Let's go. And then we overlay for Dweller. We move Dweller. So we playing hard into Super Poly, you guys, but this is basically what the end board is supposed to look like. Unless we have a Bisted monster, then it's actually a lot better because then we have Regained on the field plus the trap. But that's what we have the Retribution in hand for. So probably should have discarded I'm going to discard the Retribution for the Super Poly. So next turn I can add back Regained or I can add back Branded Beast. And the Sorneer can always send it. Sorneer can always send Retribution. Sorneer can also send another the big Bestial guy if I don't have him, so I can get the trap online and get everything rolling. So right here, we just goes into the side deck, and yeah, bro. So that was against ISHIZU-TEAR versus BYSTIAL-TEAR. This is pure BYSTIAL-TEAR. My hand is sauce. He goes, bro. Honestly, bro, I really don't even know what Mans is doing right here. So he discards this. You can discard one other Earth Fairy monster special summon this card from your hand. Then you can place one Gravekeeper's Trap, like yada yada. So he discards the Kelbeck, and I'm like, no Kelbeck. He just goes discard normal Rhino. So he's just setting up for Dweller. Then I go Havness on the Rhino, and then I mill a Havness. So he goes his Havness 1, my Havness 2. He drops Druid Worm, which is all good. Druid Worm is okay. I low key I thought about Druid Worm or Magnum at my own Havness just to bring it out, but he's on tier as well, so I'm definitely gonna get another opportunity to go ahead and use my Magnum here. And I low key should have used the Magnum on the Havness, but it's like okay, let's just wait till he mills because he's gonna bring out Merly and mill 8 combo. So I'm just gonna wait to use my Magnum on whatever he mills here. So I think he hits Shiren. Yeah, Shiren. He already used Havness. He can go Kaleido as well. because he does have a tier in hand. So he literally just went, I think just Shiren, right? Just Shiren? Yeah, he accidentally added it back to hands, but he meant to declare Shiren, and then I Magnum his Shiren, activate to search in the end phase, which is all good. Then he special summons his Havness on my Bestial Magnum, and then that's okay. Special summon mill 3, hits the mills, and then so he's gonna let me mill, unless he already did that. I hit Shiren, I hit double Shiren, and I've only used Havness this turn, so I can fuse with the Shiren here. Shiren and Scream, by the way. Up the count to 3 Scream. And then he shuffles back two, he says 2 Shiren, shuffles back, he uses the mud here. So he's doing a lot, bro. He's doing a lot. And then he said, sorry, 1 Shiren engrave. So shuffle have. So he still wants to shuffle Havness. I don't even have a Havness, so maybe he meant his Havness. I don't know. I'm not sure. Because he wanted to leave 1 Shiren in the grave for a dark play to take my Shiren, which is what I realized before. Which low key, if I wanted to be an a-hole, because some people be a-holes on here and just be like, no, no, you already said that, you already said. And then he goes dark, take my Shiren. And then for a sec, I thought he reborned his own Shiren, so he draws Sanctum. And then I was like, wait, how'd you get the Shiren? Because I was looking at Grave and stuff. I thought he reborned his own Shiren, which he doesn't even have a Shiren in Grave. And then I'm like, how you summon Shiren? He doesn't respond to me. Goes into Dweller. He's like, I'm not listening to you. And then I'm like, oh, never mind. He declares. He links those two into Elf, I presume. Yep, goes into Elf, which he could have just used. I mean, he could have used Dark in this, and then he could have potentially made Sprint even. Um, and then Elf reborn back the Dark. Okay, set 1. So this board that he ended on is honestly cheeks, bro. Like the board's really, really not all that. Then he just ends his turn. I search during the end phase. And then just keep playing. And then he goes Dweller, which is fine. Bro, literally, this board, like even under Dweller, this is why the Bestial cards are kind of just like nuts, because I can literally just go ahead, because I drew Magnum up for turn. I got this to search another Bestial. I can search another Magnum, and I drew Druis Worm for turn, not Magnum. I drew Druis Worm for turn. So we can go Lubellion, grab, and then we have 2 DD Crows. And then I have the Trap Pop, which I already have this regained engrave, so I could like regain back. There's so much I could do even under Dweller. I could obviously summon this under Dweller, but in the side deck, oh, you can't even see my extra deck. In my extra deck, I play the level 6 Xyz monster, the zombie one that you can like take and special summon any of these. I could have set his Called by the Grave, all that. But yeah, I have multiple DD Crows and there's multiple things you can do. I also have Beatrice, so like next turn I could just like beat over Dweller, like go next turn, go into what's it called? Beatrice, and then send whatever I want. But I already have the beast, like I said. And honestly, that guy, because he has 14 cards engraved and the level 6 exceeds, makes it so monsters I control gain 100 attack for each card in your opponent's graveyard. So he's at 24, I believe. So he would already be at 34, 3,800. So I'm like, I can honestly probably kill through this. And he has Sanctum set, but you guys will see what ends up happening, bro. He goes ahead and activates Dweller. I'm like, okay, main one. Big thinkaroos from me. I go ahead and activate Lubellion here, send Lubellion to grave, and we grab a Magnumut. So that will eventually be 3 DD Crows. And then I'm like, okay, I need to use one of these so I can go into a level 6 Exceed, or I could even go into Dark. I can even go into Dark, and I could have went into Dark and then took his Magnumut and then still had my Magnumut, and a level and a Link 2 on board. And I also play access code Talker, by the way. So I could have access code, blew up his whole board, went into Eh, yeah, because I would probably only be able to pop one because I only play Dark Excuse. I play the Sprint and the Elf, but those are fire, or they can't be they're fire, but they can't be used as link material to turn their summon. So I'm just doing a big think here, and then he just quits. Bro just quits. I'm not gonna lie, he did make a pretty ass board. Like this board is not just Dweller and no cards in hand. He had Sanctum set, but it's still like I don't really know. I think that Bestial tier might be better than Ishizu tier. Ishizu tier is like really it just makes tier more consistent. I wouldn't say it's better than Bestial tier because Bestial tier like this deck is built to beat tier, right? And if he's if he has the Ishizu cards and he's milling and you're also playing tier, it's like, those cards are just going to help you as much as they're helping him, right? So if you run into somebody playing Ishizu tier, their cards are going to help you just as much as their cards are helping them, right? So it's like at that point, you might as well play the 8 DD Crows that I play. So it's like you can stop them from doing what they're doing. Also, if they don't mill like Mud or any of the shufflebacks, you're still just lit because they like in the Ishizu tier build, there's not really much room for, extra cards like the Bestial cards. There's not a lot of room for the Bestial package because you're playing maxed out Ishizu names, you're playing 3 Herald of Orange Light, you're also playing maxed out tier names. So that's like damn near 40 cards. Also, if you think about like the 3 field spells you need, terraforming, instant fusion, all the basic cards you need, you're not gonna have much room to fit in the Bestials. So if you're playing tier and you're also playing the Bestials and you're going up against the best deck, which is Ishizu tier, their cards are helping you just as much as they're helping them. So it's like turn 0, you can have like Rook Kalos on board. You could have Merly or Kit Kalos search, all that, Havness, whatever. And then like on your turn, you're playing with Bestials in your hand. If they try to mill, like that's just perfectly lit. Thank you for milling my deck for me and making me have a board on turn 0. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like I said, 10 likes for the deck list. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.